When Tommy Lee Jones walked into a routine checkup at 79 years old, the nurses expected what they usually see in someone approaching 80: slower heart rate, weaker circulation, higher inflammation, early signs of age-related decline. That's normal. That's human. But as the test began to print, something unusual happened. The doctor stopped, lifted his glasses, and stared at the numbers like the machine had made an error. Tommy's heart health looked closer to a man in his early 50s. His blood pressure was steady and strong. His inflammation markers were remarkably low. And the most shocking part was his bone density, which looked years younger than expected. The doctor actually asked him to sit down and repeat the test because he thought it was impossible. But it wasn't a mistake. It was Tommy Lee Jones, a man known for his tough roles, his quiet strength, his ranch life, and his no-nonsense approach to living, proving that aging doesn't have to unfold the way everyone expects. And when the doctor asked what he had been doing differently, Tommy didn't point to any medicine, treatment, or secret Hollywood routine. He simply said, "I changed how I eat. I changed how I live." And from that moment, his story became something worth sharing. Because if a man approaching 80 after decades of physical roles and stressful environments could reverse the signs of aging, then anyone could learn from what he discovered, the unexpected decline that forced him to change. What most people don't know is that Tommy didn't always look this strong. A few years earlier, he had reached a moment that scared him. He was filming a project, and in the middle of a long shooting day, he felt dizzy, drained, and unusually exhausted. He brushed it off at first, blaming it on a late night or the summer heat on set. But the feeling continued for weeks. His energy wasn't the same. His digestion felt heavy, his joints more stiff, and his sleep less refreshing. His face looked tired in a way he couldn't ignore. The spark that defined him, the intensity in his eyes, felt like it was fading. It wasn't a dramatic collapse. It was quiet, subtle, but serious. For a man who had built his life on discipline, hard work, and physical presence, the shift felt uncomfortable. And then came a checkup that confirmed his concerns. His inflammation was high, his cholesterol was climbing, and the doctor warned him that if he didn't change something soon, his health could decline much faster than expected. That warning hit him harder than people know. Tommy wasn't afraid of aging, but he was afraid of losing his strength, his independence, and the life he loved on his ranch. And so he made a decision right then. He would return to the way he grew up, the way he ate as a child, the way life was before convenience replaced real food. This wasn't just a diet change, but it was a return to the roots that shaped him, returning to the old cowboy lifestyle. Tommy grew up surrounded by real food, beans cooked slowly on the stove, vegetables grown in the backyard, fruits picked from local orchards, and meals eaten at the table, not in front of screens. As Hollywood pulled him away from those habits, processed food and rushed meals sneaked into his life without him noticing. But now, facing a turning point, he went back to those old ways with discipline and commitment. He started preparing meals the way he remembered his parents and grandparents doing. He ate breakfasts that were simple but nourishing, lunches that were balanced, hearty, and natural, dinners that were early and light. He found comfort in returning to slow cooking, simmering beans, roasting vegetables, slicing fruit, and choosing foods that felt clean and honest. And as he returned to this lifestyle, he felt his body responding. His energy came back. His sleep improved. His stress softened. The tightness in his chest faded. It felt as if his body had been waiting for this return, waiting for a simpler, calmer routine. The anti-aging diet inspired by his ranch life. Tommy's diet isn't fancy, it's traditional. His meals are designed around foods that aging bodies love: beans for long-lasting energy, leafy greens for bone support, fresh fruits for vitamins, and lean proteins for muscle preservation. He eats apples, peaches, and berries frequently, fruits that are high in antioxidants and known to keep skin firm and glowing. He loads his plate with spinach, okra, squash, and collard greens, vegetables commonly found in southern homes. He chooses fish, eggs, and sometimes grass-fed beef, foods that support strong muscles and provide steady protein. But what shocked doctors most was his use of olive oil. He swapped butter and heavy oils for olive oil, using it on nearly everything. This one change significantly reduced inflammation in his body and strengthened his heart. And the results were so visible that even people close to him asked why he suddenly looked more rested, more alive, and more youthful. The eating rule that changed everything. One of the things that made the biggest difference wasn't what he ate, but when he ate. Tommy returned to the habit of eating his final meal early in the evening, long before most people even start cooking dinner. He allowed his body hours to digest before bed, giving his system time to rest and repair. Doctors now say this habit alone can reduce inflammation, help with weight control, improve sleep quality, and support healthy aging. Tommy also slowed down while eating. He took time to chew, taste, and enjoy his meals, something the modern world rarely allows. This not only improved digestion, but also allowed his body to absorb nutrients more effectively. He ate without distractions, without screens, and without rushing. In this stillness, he found a peace that carried into the rest of his life. The foods he refused to touch again. Tommy Lee Jones made firm decisions about what he would no longer put in his body. He removed sugary drinks entirely, he cut down processed snacks, frozen meals, and highly processed meats. He noticed almost immediately that removing these foods lifted a weight off his body. His digestion improved, his energy grew more consistent, and his skin became clearer. He also reduced alcohol significantly. Instead of casual drinking, he limited himself to rare, meaningful occasions. Removing alcohol reduced inflammation and improved his sleep dramatically. And through this process, he realized just how much unnecessary stress modern food adds to the body. By removing them, he felt younger, clearer, and stronger. Almost like he had discovered a reset button, the routine that keeps his mind younger than his body. What sets Tommy apart is not just his physical health, but his mental sharpness. At 79, he can memorize scripts, analyze scenes, and focus with precision. His brain works like a man far younger. His secret is simple. He keeps learning. Every day, he reads something new. He studies history. He practices languages. He learns scenes. He challenges his memory. His brain stays active because he treats it like a muscle. He also practices quiet moments daily. He sits outside on his ranch, listening to nature and breathing slowly. These silent minutes calm his nervous system, reduce stress, strengthen emotional health, and protect his mind from overstimulation. This silence therapy, as he calls it, is one of the reasons he still feels grounded and balanced. The movement that keeps him strong and steady. Tommy doesn't chase intense workouts. He chooses the most natural exercise available, walking. He walks his ranch, his property, his streets, and his trails. He rides horses often, which requires balance, leg strength, and posture. And he stretches gently every day, keeping his body flexible and preventing stiffness. He believes movement should feel natural, not forced. By choosing gentle, consistent activity over harsh workouts, he protects his joints, strengthens his muscles, and keeps his body working smoothly. This is why he moves like a younger man, even at his age. The question that makes everyone stop and think: how is it possible that a man who spent decades performing physically demanding roles, working long hours and living under pressure, is now healthier at 79 than he was at 55? How did he reverse the aging process in a way that even doctors didn't expect? The answer isn't one big secret. It's a collection of small, powerful habits practiced every day. And those habits are available to anyone willing to start. What you can learn from him starting today. Tommy's journey proves that aging is not just physical, it's emotional, mental, and spiritual. His comeback story exists because he decided he wasn't ready to slow down. He wanted to keep living with strength, clarity, and purpose, and the habits that helped him: early meals, real foods, daily walks, mental exercise, silence, good rest, reduced stress, are habits anyone can follow. You can start with one change, not all at once, just one. Add one natural food to your day. Remove one harmful habit. Take one short walk. Give yourself one quiet moment. Your body is still listening, no matter your age. It responds quickly to consistency and care. If you're over 50, let this be your reminder that you are not too late, too old, or too far gone to change your life. Tommy Lee Jones didn't rebuild his health because he was special. He rebuilt it because he decided to start taking care of himself in small, meaningful ways. And your journey can begin exactly the same way. With one decision, one habit, one moment of intention. You are not finished. Your story is still being written, and your next chapter can be your strongest, healthiest, and most beautiful yet, if you choose to begin today.